Hello everyone, this is FantasyEsque and welcome back to the Sims 4 Vampire Amazon Royal Saga with the Salazar Coven. What happened in the mini-movie of this episode, especially after the drama of last episode's royal wedding? So, we started off outside by Meredith's grave with Lady Lagatha and Kyra. Now, Lagatha here was talking to her sister's remains, and she was just trying to say that as time is going by, she's finding it harder and harder to hold on to this anger she had about Meredith dying. She, at the end of the day, just wants to make peace and be in peace, and she was worried that Meredith is gonna, hate her in the afterlife for giving up, essentially. And she was trying to say that, don't think that I don't love you anymore, I still do, I'm just not in pain from losing you any longer. And Kyra was being really supportive. She was saying that, don't worry, Lady Lagatha. Lady Meredith isn't going to blame you for it or hate you for it because she was gentle and she was kind. She would want you to move on for her and for yourself. So that was a really sweet moment between Kyra and Lagatha, which I have to say I enjoyed. And I'm happy for Lagatha. I still feel the injustice of Meredith's death. I mean, yes, Catalea didn't have anything to do with it directly, but, the faction that she's from was kind of responsible for all of that, and nobody is really aware. So, I do feel, every time I see Catalea, I am reminded of that, but I don't think I blame Catalea for it, and I'm glad Lagatha doesn't either. Because I just want Lagatha to be happy at the end of the day. I just want her to be happy. You know what? The ideal scenario for me would be if Lagatha and Guinevere got married and they kind of lived happily ever after on their own, maybe had some daughters. That would be excellent for me. But hey, we don't always get what we want, right? And this is the closest thing right now. So after that, we had a very interesting scene between Juno and Azora. So we know that Juno and Azora have been using each other. They're in this fake relationship to make the people they actually like jealous, which is not really succeeding. I don't think Sage is paying too much attention to this, and neither is Catherine. Obviously, she's more caught up with, her co-spouse now. So she's more worried about that. Now, previously, this whole jealousy thing, or, this fake relationship, was taking place a lot in public, but I feel like slowly it started moving into the private sphere. So both of them are now, woohooing with each other. This is the second time. The first time, unfortunately, was off camera because the footage I recorded got corrupted, so I couldn't use that in the episode. But this time around, we got it on camera, and nobody can see that. I mean, if you're woohooing with each other behind closed doors, who is going to be watching you except for us? But, no one's going to be watching you. So what's the point of doing that if you're in a fake relationship and you're trying to make someone jealous? They can't see it. They can't be jealous of it. So after, they had finished woohooing, Juno was saying, that was fun. And that feels very on character with Juno. She does certain things without any feelings attached because she doesn't believe in all of that. And then Azora was kind of looking at her and she said, "You don't love me, do you, Princess Juno?" And then Juno replied to her saying, "You don't love me either, like neither do you, but I'm sure we both understand." And Azora said, "Yes, I suppose we do." So both of them have at this point realized that they don't actually have feelings for each other and they are woohooing with each other, but it's not to show anyone. They're kind of doing it at this point because it is fun for them, but they don't like each other. They don't have feelings for each other. They don't love each other. And they both, I think, have acknowledged in that exchange that I am using you and you are using me, and we are both aware of this and we are both okay with this. It's kind of it's something that works for them, and that's all it is, and they're going to keep it that way. So I don't know what's going to happen with them in the future. We'll have to see. But I thought that was interesting. Very, two-faced love, it seems as though, is going on. Two-faced love at this point. And then we are continuing that two-faced love theme with the Queen and Catalea. So they were outside in the, newly arranged entertainment area where Catherine previously had her wedding with the queen, and Catalea was trying to confess to the queen the whole potion thing, and the queen kind of stopped her before she continued, and she said, you know, don't say anymore. Is it about the potions? Like, I already know. And then I think Catalea was caught off guard, and she was saying, but I think, like, how do you know? But also, am I going to be punished for it? Guinevere would have wanted, and I think she was going to continue on that thought that Guinevere would have wanted, like, demanded that I pay for what I did. But the queen stopped her again, and she said, no, you're not going to be punished. You are blameless in my eyes. So she's kind of telling Catalea that she's getting off scot-free. And I feel like this might be a problem later on. We'll have to see. But if the queen had said something like, as long as you learn from your mistakes and at the end of the day you didn't harm anyone, so I can find it in myself to excuse you, especially because, you know, it's the first time you've done something like this and it was for a good cause, then that would have been different. But the queen kind of just brushed it off. She said, we won't speak of this again. You are blameless in my eyes. Like, I don't blame you for it. I don't hold you accountable, basically. And you don't have anything to worry about. What message does that give Catalea? I mean, Catalea might think that she can get away with anything and that she has a right to do whatever she wants because the queen's just not going to blame her regardless of what she does. I mean, we know the queen's thought process, but I don't feel like that was properly communicated by her to Catalea. Even the way she kind of pushed off Guinevere and what Guinevere was saying, very much to an outsider looks like, well, she can do whatever the hell she wants. I am going to protect her because I am in love with her and I don't really care the amount of harm she does or who she does it to. Or, you know, the kind of power I'm giving her by allowing her to do things without being accountable for them. So we'll have to see what all of that goes. But we are diving in with Kyra and Channing. At this point, well, not the one couple that is genuine, but one of two couples that's genuine. I mean, my favorite, okay, even though I love Kyra and Channing, guys, even though I love Kyra and Channing, my favorite couple is Lagatha and Guinevere. Because they're both my two favorite characters in the Coven. So the fact that they are together makes me really happy, but their romance is like so low-key compared to everyone. And it's low-key, but it's also pretty stable and peaceful, so I like that. But like I said, my ideal scenario would be if Guinevere and Lagatha got married and they had a bunch of daughters. Like, that would make me so happy. But hey, let us see what Kyra is up to. Now, Kyra, she's been wanting to get to know Channing a little bit more. So she's going to go ahead and do that. And I feel like after that moment she had with Lagatha and Meredith's grave, I mean, Meredith is Channing's mother, I think Kyra, for the first time in a long time, thought, well, what's Channing going through? How does Channing feel? Because he would have taken it the hardest when Meredith died, and he even declared that Xander was unworthy of their friendship because, you know, Xander's mother is the one who killed Meredith. So I wonder if Channing would he would have moved on from that, or that's what Kyra's thinking. Like, she hasn't thought to ask him this, and she wants to know. She wants to know. So she's gonna get to know how Channing's feeling and maybe what he's thinking over here. But yeah, I mean, we do have someone to blame, like, actually, who killed Meredith, and that would be, was it Xiomara? I think it was Xiomara. It wasn't Serana, right? No, it was Serana, wasn't it? It was Serana! I'm mixing up the sisters. But yeah, Xiomara got in trouble for something else. See, guys, already we're getting confused because so much has happened in this generation already. So much has happened that there's like so much stories and history going on. It is kind of hard to figure out at times, but Xiomara did something else entirely. I think her twin sister Serana is the one who killed Meredith. So, you know, there is someone to hold accountable for. It is Serana. and she also killed Voldemort. But I think Lagatha, yes, she knows deep down that, you know, Serana was the one at fault. She doesn't know the connection Catalea has, but she was always upset at Catalea for replacing Meredith. And so she started blaming Catalea because she felt as though if Meredith hadn't died, Catalea would have never come. And so she can't be happy about Catalea being there because it just reminds her that Meredith isn't. And at the end of the day, even her anger, I mean, can you really blame Catalea? Because at the end of the day, even Lagatha's anger towards her was the result of a potion. Because remember, I mean, Lagatha is not entirely blameless. She asked Serana for a potion of masterful insults, you know, because she had all these feelings about her sister's death she couldn't express or get rid of. And, you know, her anger at Catalea was the result of a potion, so that wasn't entirely natural either. I mean, can we really blame Catalea for using a potion to fix that? To fix something that someone else's potion broke? I don't think so. But I still feel as though the Queen holding Catalea unaccountable is not the right thing to do. I feel like there were two separate issues. The Queen, even if she wanted to excuse her, should have excused her with a lesson and the right reasons. Ay. Okay. I don't think anyone else has anything too special going on. So, guys, I am going to dive back in once we have something more interesting happening. Also, at 7 p.m. It is almost 1 a.m. on Thursday, but at 7 p.m. is when the Queen is going to go into labor and have her baby. So, I'm excited to see whether we're going to get a court full of princesses or not. We shall have to see. It is 2 a.m. on Thursday on a spring night. Look at our lovely ladies on the roller skating rink. But we are not here to watch them do this. We are here because I realized there were a few things that I forgot to show you all. First of all, we have the place where Catalea and the Queen's wedding happened. And obviously we saw it in the movie, but I didn't spend time showing you guys kind of how things were laid out. So I thought, you know, we'd jump in and take a look at that. Basically, this area is where Catherine and the Queen had their wedding. And then the Queen dismantled the wedding arch and she built like this new section. And this is where Catalea and the Queen got married. So there we go. This is how it looks. It's very light, very bright, compared to what we had going on here, which was, you know, slightly darker. But now we have a card table here, some couches, and also we have a chess table. So obviously it's dangerous for our simmies to be using during the day because not everyone is resistant to the sun like our royalty, but you know, everyone's been behaving thus far. As well as this, we have the wedding portrait in the throne room. So I wanted to show you guys that. Now, obviously, we have the portrait of the Queen and Catherine. And this is what I meant, guys, by, you know, they kind of look like they're in love with one another in this portrait. And then if you look at the Queen's portrait, wedding portrait with Catalea, she seems very stiff and uncomfortable, and she's staring off into the distance. So, I don't know if Catalea is bothered by that, but more than anything, I think she's just happy to finally have that wedding ring on her finger. She's happy to have her portrait in the throne room and to be able to say that, yes, I am also a royal wife of the Queen. Now, because she's not the first royal wife, she doesn't get to have a portrait behind the throne like Catherine does, but, you know, they can see each other. That's all that matters. So, that was one thing. The other, I actually had two age ups between the last episode and this one. So, I wanted to take a look at the Sims that aged up. First up, we have, hold on a second, actually both of them are in Eve's companion group. We have Lord George, who aged up into a teen, like just a second ago. So let's take a look at him. So this is George right here. let's have a look, George. Now, this lighting ain't the best, but that's fine. We've got Chance here as well. But this is Lord George. Now, he is, his father, really, if you think about it. His father is the one who incited Meredith's death. Because his father is the secret demonic agent that was sent by the demon faction to essentially kill someone and pave the way for Catalea to join the coven. Obviously, nobody knows very much about his father's involvement, or if they do, they don't blame him. The blame almost entirely went on Serana, his mother. So, yeah, that's him. He's been growing up, I hope, quite, on the path of goodness as much as possible. Although he does hate children, so there's that. I don't know if the females particularly care about that. It only applies to our ladies. But, he doesn't like kids. So, there is that. Now, Chance is actually his half-brother, if you think about it. But Chance is half-visitant. He's from a visitant line. George is not, but they are half-siblings. So, yeah. And also, this is kind of an interesting relation we have going on here. So, George and Chance are half-brothers. Chance is Azora's nephew, but George is not. Because Chance is Azora's nephew through his father. So yeah, it's a bit of a confusing mess over here, but that's kind of what makes things fun half the time. It's kind of what makes things fun. But yeah, he's got a very different appearance. And I feel like he would maybe align with Catalea because of, who he is, where he comes from. He is kind of like a demon spellcaster hybrid quite openly because, he's got that tone. And Catalea, I suppose, she is also a demon vampire hybrid because she has that tone in her dark form, but George is he's got more demon in him than anything else because he shows it outwardly. So yeah, that's George. I wanted to show you guys how he looked. And then, guys, I completely forgot about Estelle for a second. Because I think 2 episodes ago, I was talking about Eve's companions, and I was saying how the last slot in the companion group was going to be Diana's. And then one of you lovelies jumped in the comment section, and he told me, wait, no, Estelle is supposed to take that spot. Don't forget about Estelle. And then I realized, oh, wait a second, that's right. The spot belongs to Estelle, because Estelle is older than Diana. So Diana, when she turns into a child, is going to have her own companion group. So she's going to belong to, the next age group of children. So Estelle aged up into a child, so I wanted to take a look at her. Where is our lovely Estelle? Okay, Estelle, I wonder if we can... We can't really... This is, not a good position for her to be in. Not gonna lie. Actually, can we compel the kids to maybe go towards this direction? And then once she starts, we can reset her and we can actually take a look at her. Okay, Estelle. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you. So again, Estelle right now, everyone I think is in the active wear. Maybe in the formal wear, I'm not entirely sure. Estelle, honey, do you want to look in this direction? Why won't she cooperate? Estelle, please. There we go. Jeez, finally. Okay, so I'm pretty sure she is in her formal wear right now, or her party wear. One of the two. She doesn't really have to be... Oh no, she's in a cold weather outfit. That's right. Jeez. Okay, so this is her though. She looks very, very nice. She's got green eyes and brown hair, which is a nice combination. It's different to other stuff we have. Now, Delphi, what kind of eyes does Delphi have red eyes? I'm not entirely sure. Or does she have periwinkle eyes? She's got black hair, though. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Estelle. Thank you for reminding me. I remembered her, and I made sure she was in the group. So, not forgetting about her. Delphi, I think Delphi has red eyes. Delphi, do you have red eyes? I think she's got. Oh, jeez, honey, can we pause? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay. Yeah, I think she's got red eyes. Yeah, they look red. They look red to me. So, she's got red eyes. Interesting. But I love the green on Estelle. I really do. Mainly because we don't really have a lot of kids with green eyes. Not gonna lie. I don't know if any of the males do. Chance has mint eyes. I was about to say green, but no, he's got mint eyes. And Rusty has mint eyes. I actually think Estelle's the first child. Also, guys, in case you don't know at this point, we have had 18 children born. 18. Seriously. Or maybe we've had 17. I think we've had 17 children born, and we've had 18 pregnancies, including the Queen's current pregnancy. Actually, no. That's a lie. Because we had a set of twins. So, we have 17 children, and we've had 17 pregnancies, including Queens. I'm not sure. It's somewhere around that mark. We're about to hit 20 soon, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, there's a lot of kids. A lot of children that we have had. And we still have not reached our 6 baby girls. So, who knows? Maybe we're going to be one step closer with the Queen's birth over here. But we do have a few things to work towards, especially now that we have already taken a look at the newest additions. So, Kyra over here, she wanted to have a chat with her oldest brother, Prince Rusty. So, let's go find Rusty. Where is he? He's outside. Okay, we are going to not invite him for a skate, but we wanted to just speak to him. We'll give him a hug, because I feel like, yeah, we'll give him a hug. She was very close. I mean, she is close. Also, look at her relationship with Juno. My goodness. She and Juno were not that close when they were teenagers, and they did have this open rivalry going on, but I feel like now that, you know, they did their all to become qualified, and they actually are qualified now, there's like nothing else left for them to do in terms of competing with each other. Their relationship has actually strengthened quite a bit. And right now, I mean, the only thing they're worried about is their own love lives. They're not actually competing actively anymore because it's like they're not required to. They have to wait until all their sisters are ready before they can, you know, get back into the competitive zone. So it's kind of nice to see. But yeah, Juno and Kyra, they were really close to Rusty growing up, I think, and they haven't spent a lot of time with him. They've kind of grown a little bit distant, I feel, because, you know, they've got other people that they've been giving their time to, which is fine, but it would be nice to see that connection with all of them. Yeah, it makes me happy when the princesses, you know, take initiative to reconnect with people that they were close to when they were younger, but they've grown apart from. It makes sense, though. I feel like that's realistic because that is what happens to a lot of us. Like, at different times within our life, we are close to different people, and, you know, that changes depending on your age and your circumstances, I suppose. Okay, Azora. Oh, okay. Azora wants to woohoo with Juno again. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to stargaze because it is 5 a.m. But her and Juno have such an interesting relationship. At this point, they know it's all a lie. They very, very obviously know it's all a lie. But despite that, they are still, like, getting involved. Or they're going ahead and doing these things that they find fun. And actually, I feel like it's become this thing where they're venting, like, their pent-up frustration with each other. Not that they are frustrated at each other, just their circumstances. And the more this relationship continues and the more they are failing to, succeed in what its whole point was, they are seeking each other out more and more to vent that frustration through woohoo, is what I feel like. So it's kind of like a friends with benefits sort of thing going on over here, except to everyone else, it's supposed to be a genuine relationship. So yeah, what are you doing out here? Are you gonna go in, Azora? And funny thing, I feel like most times it is Azora. I actually don't know if Juno's initiated this at all. She hasn't. It's been Azora. So Azora is the one. I mean, she is older, so I suppose it makes sense. But Juno has been the party that's, accepting. But Azora is the one who's always proposing the woohoo. It's always Azora. And this is the third time now. And Juno's saying yes all the time. She doesn't reject Azora. So, it's kind of intriguing. Also, one of you lovelies made an interesting point about how Juno is, against happy endings and fairy tales, and it's kind of ironic that her outfit looks kind of like a wedding dress almost. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that was definitely interesting. Because I don't know if that was intentional. It wasn't exactly intentional. I was thinking more, soft fairy tale-esque sort of appearance, sort of outfit. But yeah, it kind of does look almost like a wedding dress. So that's kind of interesting. But okay, here goes Juno and Azora yet again. Because, I mean, they're doing a lot of this in private. And nobody's seeing this. So there is no point for this to be done. So I feel like it's just, the more they try, or at least in Azora's side, the more they try, the less they succeed, the more they need, Oh my goodness, what's happening? Who's this? Oh, Sage! Sage? 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 Sage, what are you doing? Guys, is Sage dying? While Juno is woohooing with Azora upstairs. Are you kidding me? You are kidding me. No. Sage was my favorite male. What? No. No. How could this be possible? Not even Griffin. Not even... I'm sorry, Ari. Not even you. Not even Channing. Had Channing died, I wouldn't even have been this upset. But Sage? You're kidding me. Sage was my flippin' favorite. And he made it down here. How did he die? He, made it inside. No. No. Juno. Juno. Juno, do you even realize what's happened? Do you even realize what's happened? While you were up here, messing around with Azora, the love of your life, the one you've been pining for your entire childhood, just died. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Okay, Rusty's down here. Oh, this was not Ari, my bad. This was Rusty. Rusty's down here. The Queen is down here. Kyra is now in mourning. Juno, flippin' get down here. I think she would hear, the wailing downstairs, and then she would go to check out what happened. Griffin! I'm so sorry, Griffin. I am so sorry. Oh, I can't. I just can't. One of Guinevere's two sons. But more than her son. The love of my life. Forget about Juno. Screw Juno. The love of my life just died. Oh my goodness. Juno, get down here. Get flippin' down there. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this. I am so heartbroken right now. I am so utterly heartbroken right now. Oh my goodness. Where are we even gonna put him? Where are we even gonna put him? I feel like his grave should be in Castle Eden. I feel like I don't wanna give his grave away. Okay, now she's realizing. Now she's kind of finding out. How did that even happen? How did that even happen? Oh my goodness, was it a freak accident, guys? Do you think it was a freak accident that he died? Or was there more to it? It was so sudden. It was so sudden and he was like in here as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I need to flip in and deal with this. I don't want to give his gravestone away. I am gonna put him maybe next to Meredith. And we'll be back probably when the Queen's in labor at this point. Oh my goodness. I hate this so much. I hate it so much. Okay, we are back at 8 p.m. Now, for some reason, the event either got reset or deleted because I waited until 7 p.m. and I didn't get a notification. So then I checked my calendar and it wasn't a thing. So then I had to, like, set it up again, like throw a social event. Anyways, everyone important is gathered down here. Some of the others might be straggling in the castle. But before we get to the Queen, we even have little Diana here. Before we get the Queen having the baby, I do want to talk about what the heck happened. Because it was unexpected and it was wild. So Sage's gravestone has been added over here next to Meredith because I was unwilling to part with him. So he is over here with us. Now it was daytime, so the ladies weren't able to come outside and mourn, but I'm pretty sure Juno and Guinevere, they did sneak a few trips. I mean, they are not immortals, but they are resistant to the sun, so they did sneak trips to mourn Sage. Now here is what has actually gone down, right? Juno and Azora were busy woohooing upstairs, and we did talk earlier on about how for both of them there is this frustration that they are trying to make their interests, well, for one, interested, but also jealous, and it's not working. And the more it doesn't work, the more frustrated they get, which is why they kind of express this frustration, or they vent it in each other's company. Now, the other side of that is the fact that Azora is a visitant. And I feel like with being a visitant, there comes certain maybe powers and abilities that, you know, they aren't aware of, or Azora isn't aware of, because she is the first kind of like visitant spellcaster hybrid to exist. So I think that these thoughts, you know, are going through Azora's mind. She's thinking that her fake relationship with Juno isn't convincing enough for Catherine because Juno's constantly thinking about Sage and she's constantly lost and in love with Sage, right? And I don't think Azora meant to be vicious by this, but when she's doing certain activities, her emotions get heightened and they get channeled into these unknown powers that she possesses to make things happen, right? To make intentions into reality, or to basically to vent in a physical manner, not just in woohooing, but in a magical aspect. So I think those kind of pent up frustrations, they really, unfortunately, exploded when she was with Juno earlier on. And because her mind was thinking of Sage, because Sage was in her thought process, he unfortunately ended up being the victim of this magical explosion, and she, without knowing it, set him on fire. It wasn't a thing she did, again, knowingly. It was just the way her visitant powers expressed themselves when she was in that sort of zone, when she was in that mood. So that is what's going down. Obviously, Azora has no clue that she did that, and I don't think Juno is aware of it either, but Azora definitely possesses some powers that, maybe normal spellcasters don't, because of a unique lineage and a unique origin. And hopefully she, figures it out soon and gets it under control, because either that or she deals with the emotions, because I feel like someone is already hurt and more people could get hurt if she's unknowingly, going around doing these things. So Sage unfortunately ended up being a victim of that, which sucks, which absolutely sucks. But that doesn't mean Azora is dangerous. She doesn't realize it, but she is dangerous. And her emotions could lead us in trouble. So hopefully that that is something she manages to figure out and get under control. Otherwise, who knows who else will die. But for now, let us return to Queen Eden and the baby that she's going to have. Now, this is her... Let's see. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3. This is a 7th child that's about to be born. The 7th child. Now, interestingly, it shows that she's married to Catalea. I wonder if this is because Catalea is the most recent spouse, which is why only Catalea shows up in the family tree, but Catherine should be here as well, because Catherine counts as being married to her. But okay, along with that, actually, we've had some changes. So obviously, because Sage died, his spot, there was an empty spot in Kyra's companions. So what ended up happening is that Daryl has been moved into Kyra's companions, so he's now part of this age group. And that does mean that within Eve's companions, the last slot is now going to belong to Diana. So I guess what I said ended up coming true anyways. But yeah, Diana will be moving into that slot after Estelle. And then the next female vampiress to be born is going to have her own companion group as part of the younger age group. So okay, let's go ahead and get the queen to have her baby. And we shall see if it is a boy or if it is a girl. I just can't believe that we went through all of that. I really can't. Now this baby, the baby's father is Trista Sherlow. So the baby will have Azora's hair color and will have purple eyes. But what skin tone is it going to have is the question. And look, Diana's there at the back. She's watching. She's excited. And it is a... What is it, Queenie? She's having a difficult birth, my goodness. It's a girl! It is our 5th princess. Oh my goodness. We are setting jeez, I don't even know what I want to say. We're breaking records is what I'm trying to say. We're breaking records We've never had 5 princesses. We had never had 4 princesses before. Now we have 5. Some of you have been saying that the more and more this is going on, the more you're kind of warming up to the idea of having a court full of Eden's daughters and full of princesses, especially if there is going to be like this civil war in the next generation, or there is going to be this divide between the visitant and the non-visitant princesses. So we have our 3rd visitant princess, and this is going to be Princess Bloom Salazar. So this name was suggested to me by Jenny McKershaw, so thank you so much for this lovely name. Princess Bloom Salazar. And it is just the one baby, and it is a light-skinned baby. Okay, it is a light-skinned baby. That's exciting. Trista is very attractive. So, oh look, Diana's so excited. I feel like she wants to see the baby, but she can't reach it. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. But okay, we have Princess Bloom. That's a nice name though, because she's gonna have very like, I feel like flowery or fairy-esque genetics, you know, with the purple eyes and the purple hair. But that's exciting. Princess Bloom. Now, do these others have, like, the sisters, do they have sentiments? Because they don't always do, but sometimes they do. Like, for example, when Eve was born, Kyra wasn't happy. Kyra, do you have any sentiments about your sister? Nope, not really. What about Juno? Juno doesn't. And obviously I can't tell with her. But why don't I get the queen to kind of move aside? Because I actually want Kyra to come here. I want Kyra to check out the baby in case she does get any sentiments for it. So let's take a look at your newest sister, Kyra. I don't know how you're going to feel about her. But okay, she's met her sibling. And let's get you to come meet your sibling as well. Okay, so she's meeting the new baby. It seems as though they don't really have opinions about Bloom, but definitely, yeah, it was the same for, I think, Diana. But I remember Kyra having a very strong reaction to Eve being born. She was like almost jealous of the attention that Eve was getting. But okay, guys, our 5th princess. Do you know what this means? This means we only have one more kind of slot or space available. We need one more baby girl before our breeding season is over. So that's exciting stuff. But okay, guys, with that said and done, oh yes, before we leave, we need to, the queen needs to declare who's going to breed next, because remember, we still have that one slot. Now, the queen is going to give the breeding opportunity to Lady Lagatha. So Lagatha, she only has one son. Let's come up here and talk to Lagatha. Let's talk to Lagatha. Let's tell Lagatha that she is going to be breeding next. But Lagatha only has one son. She's got Ari. And she had Ari a long, long time ago. So this is her second chance to breed. Lagatha's second chance. And at this point, every female, I'm pretty sure, every single female has already had a turn at breeding. But I don't think anyone's had a second chance yet. So Lagatha is getting her second chance over here. So that's what the queen's decided. That Lagatha will be breeding next. And hopefully we get a noble daughter. I mean, I don't know. We did just get a baby girl, so Lagatha's chances might not be that good, but I think she's grateful that after all this time, she is getting that, because I don't think Lagatha thought she would ever even get a second chance again. It seemed very unlikely. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.